Hello and welcome to Thursday Thyroid Talks. I'm your host, Sarah Lohman. I'm a certified transformational nutrition coach, and I specialize in helping women that are struggling from thyroid conditions. And this is my podcast to add education, enlightenment, and empowerment into the thyroid community. And today, you guys, I'm so excited to bring on a special guest who caught my eye on TikTok. I was scrolling one day, as we all do, and I saw this guy who was talking about whole food based infusions, and I was like, hang on, I got a lot in common with this individual, and I really appreciated everything he was sharing. I feel like our beliefs and our values when it comes to recovering your health and taking care of your health on the daily with maintenance really aligned. So I invited him on today, you guys, and I'm so happy to have him here. Go ahead. Oh, I got your request. All right, here we go. Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Cool shades.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, thank you for being here. Can you share with us a short snippet of your story and how you became a health coach?
Yeah, I was diagnosed with HIV and cancer back to back, and went through the treatments, and it was really harsh on my body. And the doctors were like, "Well, the protocol afterwards is going to be like chemo pills and vaccines." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that." And they were like, "Well, what do you suggest?" And I was like, I don't know, like flush my body, reset, reboot my immune system. And they were like, well, we're doctors. We don't do that. And they don't. They get about 0 to 12 hours of nutritional training as part of their medical education. So I hope that changes. But, you talk to a doctor and you ask them what an enzyme is and they can't tell you. Or some have laughed at me and they're like, you're making that up. Or you talk to a doctor and you tell them that, most of the hormonal or thyroid issues inside people's body is related to mineral deficiencies, adrenal imbalance, candida overgrowth, and they're like, what are you talking about? So that's how I got into it, because I did it myself. So I flushed my body, reset, and rebooted it with plant-based eating, specialty supplements, high pH water, and detox therapies like Ionic foot baths and infrared sauna, red light, blue light therapy. And then people started asking me, like, like you, what did you do? How did you get into this? And then I ended up opening a brick and mortar business in Metro Detroit, and it was very successful. And then COVID happened, and that my business was shut down forcibly for several months, and it was hard to maintain that. So now I just do virtual coaching, and if somebody's interested, they can go to my website. It's detoxdayspa.com. I'm on all the social media. Obviously I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Um, I offer the health coaching, but I also offer detox guides as well, because sometimes people are more advanced than others and they don't feel that they need a coach. And that's where, that other option comes into play.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious. I mean, you were diagnosed with HIV and cancer, you said. And you approached your doctors of like, I don't want your chemo. I'm going to do it this way. Did you have
No,
education or what?
that's not. I did what they said to do, but it was like the
Oh,
follow-up protocol.
Oh, okay.
And
So,
I didn't do chemo and I didn't do radiation because the doctor was like, that will disfigure your that area there. He's like, I can tell you that right now. He
wow.
goes, he's like, let's do acid roller treatments. So I did
Mm,
acid roller treatments, but it absorbed into my gut and made things worse there. So
mm,
you got to be careful. But yes, I was working as a marketing executive for a biotech company, and any of the executives had to go through the same training program as the doctors. So I knew enough to be able to know, you know, what was going on, right? Like I wasn't your average Joe going
mm,
into a doctor's office.
yeah. So okay. So you did go through some of it and you're like, this is not what I want. And you just basically started educating and researching yourself on like how to heal your body and all the things you mentioned, like the ionic foot baths and the blue light, red light therapy. And you just sort of tried to like you started experimenting with your health and started getting better on your own. And then you just basically walked away from the doctors and all their treatments.
Yeah, in a nutshell. You know, like I mean, there's more to it than that, but yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, can you share with us some of your amazing detoxing protocols or what you did to help clear out your cancer?
Oh gosh, like I did a lot. Um,
Mm,
it was anal cancer, so one of the regular
mm,
things that I was doing was taking a gauze, rolling it up, soaking it in black seed oil, and inserting it inside myself twice a day.
wow.
Um, Black seed oil, like sea moss, is extremely mineral, nutrient, um, or packed with minerals and nutrients. So, you know, like, because I was still having pain in that area
Mm,
and feeling like, you know, I had to have a bowel movement and I couldn't.
mm,
So, I did that. I even after, I mean, still today I do, I mean, I still do things for my body today because there's so many toxins in the food, water, and personal care products. But, um, I I mean regularly I was doing infrared sauna and reflexology,
mm.
which is actually really great. And I don't know if you've ever had a reflexology session, but it's fantastic, and you can feel where the issues are inside of the body. It'll feel crunchy,
Mm.
and uh, it's a great way to be able to another great way to be able to identify what's going on in your body, just like you know urology and live blood analysis. So um, it's
I don't know if I've done reflexology. Can you remind me exactly what therapy that is?
it's like a foot massage, but it's
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but it's
I've done
specific.
the Ionic bath. It's disgusting in the most gratifying way.
This is different. So it's like it's really getting in there and targeting specific areas. And there's like a foot chart and it tells you um what hi Elizabeth. Um Elizabeth is one of my professors from college. I feel old now. I'm almost 40. So uh yeah, that's I mean, you can never stop detoxing. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like
mhm.
you you know, because you're exposed to so much. So I mean, it's not just like, you know, you detox once and you're done. And that is really what people need to realize. You know, a lot of times people want to just do a tea or they want to do like a protein shake and call it a day. Well, they don't have any dedication and they don't have any idea of what's happening inside of their body.
Mhm.
Most of the time when people get cancer, it's toxic buildup. Never will a doctor ever check a woman or a man, and breast cancer is on the rise in men for heavy metal
Really?
toxicity. But
Mm.
most of the time, That's what it is. Or bone cancer, right? Like there's no such thing as bone cancer. It's called gadolinium poisoning, which is an extremely toxic heavy metal. Okay. And where does that come from? MRI testing, the contrast in the MRI testing. Um, so, you know, you have people who are uninformed, who don't know how to keep their bodies safe and sound, and what's going to happen is they're going to get cancer, and you see cancer rates are on the rise, and I don't know if you saw, or I don't know if you know this statistic, or you read about it, but a couple months ago they said that colorectal and anal type cancers are going to be the top cancer by 2030
Wow, no, I did not
because
catch that
there's
one.
so much toxins in the food that people are consuming. And you see these product recalls all day every day, like the peanut butter and uh the dyes and all of that, like, and you know, and people are not only consuming it, they're feeding their kids this. And so
Mhm.
like it just, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, and then people come to you and they're like, I have cancer, what should I do? And you tell them what the cost is going to be, and you're like, and they're like, well, that's too much for me. Okay. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You know, like, I mean, yeah, you know, you're going to spend way more than that with, you know, chemo and radiation, you know, like, because, you know, newsflash, and most people don't know this, your insurance company is not going to cover all of your cancer treatments. They won't. Okay. There's a lot of things that they won't cover. I know that because I've had cancer clients before, during, and after. On average, it was 20 to 40,000 out of pocket.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And then, after cancer, after they were cleared or whatever, their insurance spiked to where, like,
Mm.
they were paying like $20,000 a year to
Because
have
now they're
to
seen as a liability. Oh
yeah.
my gosh, how sick and twisted.
So yes, and so, you know, people don't realize, like, if you don't take care of yourself now,
Hmm.
and somebody says, well, you know, you've been eating like this for 30 years, you know, it's going to take, you know, a good, you know, 6 months to at least to start, but you know, every decade that you have been eating like crap, it's 1 full year of detox. And they're like, well, that's a lot of money. Yeah, you know what, it is, but it's a lot cheaper than what the cancer industry is going to make you pay out. So, and the insurance industry. So, you know,
Mm.
it's important to realize that the cancer rates are on the rise. And if you don't start taking care of yourself now and understanding what's happening inside of your body, like, for instance, I have a lot of people who are like, oh, you should write a book. So I did that recently, and you can go to my website again. It's
Yay.
detoxing.com, and it's a ebook. It's called the Master Detox, and it really covers every aspect um, of the detox journey. So it covers, you know, why the body goes into dysfunction.
Can
It
you
covers
drop that into the chat? Drop that link into the chat, please. That's amazing.
um,
You're putting so much valuable information out into the world.
Unhook my headphones real fast. They are.
Okay. Sorry about that. My headphones were causing troubles. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, sorry guys. I was saying I love that you drop your studies, you drop studies and you put so much valuable information like this out on your TikTok. I find myself going there now just to like see what studies or what you're saying, because because I focus so much. I'm so just tunnel vision on thyroid situations that I forget about all the other stuff going on and obviously I know it's all intertwined. So.
Well, and a lot of times with thyroid situations, it's, I mean, I have, and you got to understand too, a lot of these thyroid medications have like gluten and sugar and heavy metals as binders, and women don't know that, and so like they're sitting there and they're like, well, let me just do what my doctor tells me, do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And they will. You talk to them and they're like, well, that's what my doctor said I should do and take. And so I just did it. And they're like, and it's never really worked because it's always upped my medication. Well, why would they up a medication? Because you're not absorbing it. You don't have any enzyme functionality because you've been eating like crap for all the years of your life. And your accessory organs, the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, which are responsible for enzyme functionality, production, and release, are in inflammation. So you don't have any enzyme functionality.
Yeah, and you know what else? I do what's called a hair tissue mineral analysis on a lot of my clients and myself. Well, it's one of the like core testing I use. And I was just relearning the other day of how if our minerals are super depleted, just our basic electrolytes, our sodium and our potassium, we can't even have our thyroid hormones transfer into our cell. There's a blockage in the cell membrane. So there's this really sick vicious cycle happening where the nutrients are so depleted, but people say, oh, I don't feel good. And the blood levels will be, out of balance too. So the doctors increase the medicine, but the medicine still isn't going into the cell. So all the doctor did was basically just give them a stimulant, and then they start going like into the palpitations, the nervousness, the heart, and they're just like, that dosage made me feel crazy. And it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, most people should be taking daily, like black seed oils, sea moss, for the thyroid. Like, I mean, iodine, and liquid iodine is really what they should be on. Even though doctors tell most people, like, don't take iodine. No, you're dumb. They need iodine. And I have seen multiple female clients come to me a few weeks after taking iodine. They're like, oh my God, it is like night and day. I am getting off my thyroid medication. So, part of the health coaching is the education component too. So, that's important in it. And, it's, if you're not educating people, then the other aspect of it too is like, like you want to educate people so that way they can educate other people, and it becomes like, like a balloon effect where, the more, kind of like that slogan from NBC, the more you know, like, so, but yeah, that's that's kind of why I wanted to mention cancer, because it's like, inflammation and infection are the precursor to cancer. The longer that sits inside of your thyroid or your stomach or wherever it is inside of your body, the more likely it is to turn to cancer. And when you're in a cancer situation, it's not just cancer, okay? There are multiple other co-infections. Your gut has gone bad. You have dysbiosis, leaky gut. So you have parasites, candida, other crap that leaked out, floating around in your bloodstream and causing havoc, okay? So you have to address all of those issues too. There's a video on my TikTok, and it's pinned, and it talks about, because a lot of people have asked, what supplements did I take? A lot, because I knew that there was a lot that had to be restored. So, when I tell people, this is what I like, iron, for instance, like iron is like the spark plug for, like your cells, right? Like, I mean, if there's one, I shouldn't say if there's one, because I mean, there's like if there's like my top three minerals, it's iron, magnesium, and zinc. Okay, so zinc for immunity, um, uh, um, iron because it's like the spark plug for your cells, and then so when you were talking about like something getting into a cell,
Mhm.
and then you have magnesium, which is um, one of the large, I think it is the largest cofactor for all the enzyme processes that occur inside of the body. So the two things that really need to be in balance inside of your body are enzymes and minerals.
Mhm.
And then together, enzyme process. And enzymes are like um, uh, the metabolic catalyst on the cellular level. Okay. So like they're the key that get the car started. And without uh, enzyme processes, it's like dead calm inside of people's body. And there's a lot of people where it's dead calm in their body, and they don't know any better. Their doctors don't know any better. Most nutritionists don't even know any better. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's like one of those things where, like, I mean, unless you really, really are into like nutritional science, and I mean really into it, like, I mean, I'm constantly trying to keep up to date on new things and um, new ideas. Um, but you have to, right? Like,
Mhm.
if you don't, then, um, you know, you'll get left in the dust, whether it's for your own body or somebody, somebody else that you're working with. So, yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Do you need to run?
I got about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to go through some of these questions in the comments. Elizabeth says, please put your TikTok here. I'm assuming that's yours, which is the Detox Day Spa. Same name on TikTok. Please refresh on thyroid, like what to eat to keep it healthy. So I really love that you brought up iodine. So if you were to
Where are you
Google
seeing
just
those
the,
questions? I don't see those questions.
oh, you don't? Oh no. Well,
But
I'll read them out loud to you. We can go over them together. Um, I love that you brought up the iodine because there is so much controversy on the iodine topic when it comes to thyroid health. And I remember I had a doctor say, you need to take iodine. I've had doctors tell me, don't take iodine. There's literally straight conflict on it for the thyroid community. In my opinion, I agree with Anthony. Everyone needs iodine. But here's the thing. You can't just start popping iodine because you can actually go overboard on it and you can put yourself in a worse thyroid situation. So the way that I have my clients get their iodine is through Atlantic dose flakes. I think it has like 670 micrograms, or is it milligrams? I forget. And tons of other minerals and trace minerals. And you can put it in your smoothies. You can put it in your yogurt, your dairy-free yogurt, your oatmeal, whatever. And it has no taste. So my favorite company is Ocean's Balance. They're in Maine, so they have a really clean source of sea-based vegetables that they're harvesting to make it out of. And then for foods, I mean, you probably agree with me on this, like gluten-free, dairy-free, but I've also seen a lot of improvement with my clients when they go corn-free, considering it's genetically modified and they have a lot of inflammation from corn. But also, like Anthony was saying, it really depends on their mineral levels and what they can digest. Everyone has sensitivities to different foods based on how bad their stomach levels are. Some people can't even digest, they don't have enough stomach acids that even break down ground beef or chicken, the hard protein type foods. So,
and they shouldn't be anyways. Like, we are herbivores. Like, can we digest meat proteins? Sure. Should we be consuming it 3 or 4 times a day? No. What happens is it'll build up and ferment in our gut, and then bacteria starts to feed on it. We are
mhm.
herbivores. Let me repeat, we are herbivores. We need to consume 4 to 6 servings of fruit, 4 to 6 servings of vegetables. We need to consume 1 to 2 servings of nuts and grains. So, like, I mean, that's the other aspect of this too, is that, like, Yes, people can have thyroid issues. Yes, people can have gut issues. Yes, people can have gallbladder. But what it comes down to is if you are eating right and taking the right supplements to be able to get your body back on track, all of your issues are going to resolve.
I
They
agree with you
they don't-
so 100%. Yeah.
Sometimes people get so stuck in this mindset of like, well, it's just a thyroid issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
You
No, it's not. Never is.
It's
Um,
just cancer and shoot. No, it's not just cancer. You've got other issues going on. Well, how do you know? Because I looked at your blood, okay? And I saw you have a bunch of uric acid, and I saw that you have a really bad candida overgrowth. You have parasites and you have heavy metals. Oh, okay. And people's minds are the retention of information is so little, it's so short spanned, like, I mean, I will do a live blood analysis with people and, give them guides on, here's what you need to do. And then a few days later, a couple weeks later, like, what should I do? Well, if that's in the guide. And remember, we talked through it for an hour, like, I mean, so, like, that's the other aspect of it too, is that, like, a lot of these people have brain fog and fatigue and their memories aren't what they used to be. So,
yep. Yeah. So Elizabeth said, CMOS, what brand and form?
I don't take CMOS personally, um, because it just makes me gag. Um, but it does. Um, but there is, if you just go on Amazon and type in CMOS, there's like a top rated one that's got like, like 5,000 reviews, and you can go and read through those reviews. But uh what was the other question? Oh, black seed oil. Black seed oil, I like Amazing Herbs. Okay, so they've got a liquid which and it's kind of peppery. So if you can also apply it topically if you're dealing with like an eczema or psoriasis situation, you can apply it topically. Um, internally, like I said, with the whole like cancer situation that I was going through, and then it also comes in capsules, so that's called Amazing Herbs.
Awesome. Awesome. Elizabeth said that she had to run and take a call. So I think she caught like the majority of that. Well, thank you so much for being here and spreading all of that amazing information. Do you want to have give any amazing words of wisdom to my thyroid community before we go?
Yeah, just listen to your body, trust your body. Um, understand how your body works. Like, there's basic systems inside of the body. I think there's like 12 systems inside of the body. So understand those systems, understand key organs inside of your body. So when you go to a doctor and you say, hey, I'm experiencing this, and they say this, and you say, well, that's actually not true. Inform yourself, become your own health expert. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your body. Otherwise, you're going to let somebody else take control of your body, and they don't know your body like you do. And you have to know your body better than anybody else. You're living in it. You're living in it every day.
Exactly. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. And I agree 1,000 trillion%. All right. Well, thank you again for your time. And I will keep watching you on TikTok and all your amazingness.
All right.
And I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye.